afternoon. Thank you all for coming. We're here to remember and celebrate a person whose music and whose person was dear to a lot of us. As you'll see, there are people periodically who will be saying something about Milton. I wanted to start. I first met Milton, I think, in 1976, when the first time I played the composition for viola and piano. Milton was, in my experience, an extremely supportive person for performers. You would finish a run through of something and feel as though you were surveying wreckage. And Milton would say, "Oh, it was just wonderful." It's just a little tiny thing. I know you know about it, but I'll tell you about it. And it would be some incredibly tiny thing, and you figured everything else must have been wrong, so that it was wrong, so that must have also been wrong. The first rehearsal we had, the violist and I were not able to play we were not ready to play the whole piece, but I played the piano solo and got the first of one of Milton's slightly ambiguous remarks. I finished playing it, and he said, "You can tell you're a composer." And then, of course, after the performance we played it, he said, "I don't know how you do it." You'll see that there are texts of the Angerstrom poems in the program. This is something that we put these in a program for performance, I think, of Merdu, and Milton was very unhappy about it. He said he was not interested in the meaning of the poems. He was only interested in their sonic properties. And of course, they're extremely obscure and hard to understand, even if you're a native German speaker. But that brings to mind another memory of spending an afternoon with Milton in a bar in Buffalo. And at one point, he launched onto an analysis of the text of "I Only Have Eyes for You." And it was, I think the only word to describe it was dazzling. As far as I know, he never wrote about that, and I hope somewhere he said it and it was recorded, because it was really wonderful. Unfortunately, I don't remember anything he said except that it was dazzling and wonderful. And two other things I wanted to mention. For my money, the best way of getting into Milton's music was his conversation, not the content of anything he said, but the way he said it, because it was very fast. It was full of information. It was full of puns. You would get them a minute and a half after they had happened. And finally, you'll notice that we're doing two pieces by two composers who were favorites of Milton's. Unfortunately, if we wanted to kind of complete the group, we would have either something by Jerome Kern or Harold Arlen, but we didn't do that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the concert.